contest is a hair versus hair match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, he is a championship committee member, the living legend, Larry Zbyszko.
Oh, sure, he's most famous for an in-ring career that spanned 33 glorious years. Of course, highlighted by that memorable rivalry with his mentor, Bruno Sammartino. Little preview look from the Ringsiders for Larry. But you know, here in TNA, he's not famous. He's infamous for what he's done outside the ring. The most visible member of the championship committee. Let's just say he's found himself in the middle of several questionable activities.
And his opponent from the Bowery, Raven!
This guy may be the most devious, sometimes the most despicable, the most cunning former champion we've ever seen here. And you know, he mentioned it earlier. A lot of people can't figure out what's going on in that mind, but one thing we do know, he's diabolical, and he's not afraid to sit in that barber chair. He's had his skin gouged out in that barber chair, actually in the middle of the ring. So he's not intimidated by it, and I think that gives him a major advantage.
We talked about Zbyszko's questionable activities. It ranged from the controversy in Canada that cost this man, Raven, his NWA World's Heavyweight Championship belt. And how about Zbyszko's actions at Slammiversary that cost Christian Cage the gold? In the eyes of Jim Cornette, Zbyszko, he has been absolutely guilty, and I think Cornette really would have fired Larry, but that ironclad contract, it prevented that. Cornette's option makes Zbyszko's life a living hell, and what just happened there?
Well, you saw Slick Johnson trip Larry Zbyszko right there in front of Raven, but Raven just kind of turned it around, but now he's going for a quick pinch on it. Slick Johnson obviously making this match a little hard there for Larry Zbyszko if he didn't have enough trouble. But you know what? I've always felt that Raven got the bad end of that deal. I always felt that it was a situation there where Larry Zbyszko had it out for Raven. For some reason, he put him in his sights, and he was going to do everything he could to get him out of there, and it wasn't right. It wasn't right, I don't think, what happened to Raven when he lost the title. And Raven's someone who's had to live with what Larry Zbyszko, the pain he's caused him. This is something that I know that he's been thinking about for a long time, but one thing you can't deny is the experience that Larry has.
Think about the controversy in Canada. Think about Slammiversary, both incidents. Who profited? Jeff Jarrett. Both times became champion. You know, Jarrett says he had nothing to do with the actions of Larry Zbyszko, nothing to do with the actions of Earl Hebner. He even said he was going to take a polygraph test to prove that as the living legend with the blatant chokehold on Raven, then goes for the pin, but not even a count from Slick.
Oh, I believe Jeff Jarrett, don't you? Wink, wink.
Yeah, right. Most hated man in wrestling, Jeff Jarrett? Sure, let me jump on that bandwagon.
Yeah, I'd like to see that polygraph.
The spinning toe hold applied by the living legend Larry Zbyszko. Trademark move of Dory Funk Jr., who, by the way, the former NWA World Heavyweight Champion, in attendance here at the Victory Road pay-per-view event, but Raven fights off.
Raven right there in pain. You can see, oh, and Larry Zbyszko goes right back at the leg, showing his experience right there. He goes back at it again. I don't think this is what Raven expected, to see this kind of fire from Larry Zbyszko.
Smart move, though. Chop Raven down, go for the cover, even Slick Johnson with the count. Larry not happy with the cadence from Slick.
Well, I think Larry also realizes he doesn't have a friend and an ally there in Mark Johnson. But look at this, just pulling on that leg, torquing it back, and you can hear Raven screaming in pain.
Pressure applied right to the ankle by the living legend Larry Zbyszko, the 30-plus years of experience in the ring, enabling him to have Raven totally on the defensive here early in the going.
Just being awful methodical about it, and he knows that, you know, he can't get into a duration contest.
He didn't block those kicks.
I mean, he's got the arm held up, oh, but he didn't block that one.
That was the one that came through. Slick went down as well.
Well, the longer this goes, it's advantage Raven. You and I both know that.
Has to be. Absolutely, the longer this matchup goes, you're right. He gets the edge. Zbyszko going to try and stop it here with a pile driver. It's countered by Raven, ready for a DDT.
Man, right on the head. He's been dreaming of that. But now Slick Johnson holding the knee right there, and you'd think he'd be jumping over there to make the cover. But obviously, he really caught his knee hard and didn't realize that Raven hit the Raven effect and had the pin.
You're right, he had Zbyszko down for the 3 count. Oh, low blow by Zbyszko. Yeah, illegal but effective behind the back of the referee. Slick never saw it. Zabisco going to go for a cover out of this. Remember, hair versus hair here. Raven's hair on the line. Just got the shoulder up.
Tell you what, Larry Zbyszko's used every trick that he could think of, working on the legs, doing everything he could to keep him from being grounded. Now, going at the referee, and look at there, the roll up by Raven.
Shoulders down, two. No. I think Zbyszko frustrated at this point after the collisions.
Look at
Slick
this.
Johnson being down. Small package, no.
Yeah, you're right. You could see it, and you know it's been a mission of Mark Johnson, Slick Johnson's to get Larry Zbyszko out here or to embarrass him. And there's another one. Oh, there's what an incredible
Raven
DDT.
effect, two.
Done.
And three. Got the 3 count. We're going to shave Zbyszko's
Your
head.
winner is Raven!
Think he feels a little bit of payback at this point? You think Raven's going to enjoy this?
Oh, are you kidding? He's been dreaming of this. A way to get back, a little bit of revenge, a way to humiliate the committee member that Larry Zbyszko, and then the power that Larry Zbyszko overused, that he abused, and he abused it at Raven State.
The barber chair is in place.
You can see Raylene right here ready to go. Ready to, wait a minute, you can see Larry Zbyszko.
Come on back,
Where
Larry.
do you think he's going?
Come on back, Larry.
Whoa!
Going to try and get out of town. Going to try and leave the impact zone.
The good news is he gets to keep his job.
I mean, that was always an option.
Yeah, the bad news is he's going to be bald doing it.
Oh, boy. Zbyszko heading to the back, and Raven in pursuit. Here goes
Oh, look at
Raven.
this right here. Security bringing it back.
Well, I don't know. I don't know about 33 glorious years, but this is not too glorious. What's Raven doing?
I look like he grabbed some duct tape or something underneath. Make sure Larry Zbyszko doesn't do this again.
Oh, right here in front of the broadcast position. Zbyszko fighting, but I mean, there's 10 security guys surrounding him.
Well, after taking that DDT on the head, he's not going to have enough strength to fight these guys off. But you know what? As we've seen with a lot of people, your hair can be so important to you, and maybe what little he has left. I mean, I think he's afraid that if you take off what little he's got, maybe none of it will ever grow back.
Raven using the duct tape to hold Larry into position. What do you...
Wiping the sweat off.
That's what it is.
And she gives him the shears.
What?
Raven wants to do this himself.
Oh, no! Raven going into business for himself, starting with the back. He's going right to the top with the trim. Look at this.
I didn't realize he had such nice locks in the back, did you?
He's got the shears on Zbyszko, who's crying out.
He's screaming at him, and he's just taking it one shot at a time. Oh, look at it go.
Oh, man, look how deep. Oh, taking it right down.
Oh, I don't want the hair on this, Deb. I'll tell you what, he's being a lot more gentle than Jim Mitchell was to him so many years ago. I'll give you that. You know what, though? I still don't believe. I mean, when you look at taking the hair off, I don't know that I see that much difference on top.
Raven continue now working on the back. Oh, he just loves it. It's like a trophy to him.
I mean, it just.
Oh, have fun, Zbyszko. You look beautiful.
Oh, Raven's loving this.
Larry and the
He's just loving it right now.
You're all fired! You're all fired! Get him off!
Oh, now he's shaving the chest hairs.
And even Slick Johnson has come out here to cheer Raven on.
He looks like Slick Johnson has a mirror in his hand. You know what? I almost kind of wish he'd kind of leave it like that and leave him with the bozo side.
Hey, take a look at this.
Well, you're going to give me a shot? Well, I can't. I'm hooked up here.
Hooked up.
You're going to have to move him back this way. I can't. I'm hooked up to the thing. Oh, let me get a shot. One good shot right there. If I wasn't hooked up to this, I'd be right over there.
Zbyszko duct tape to the barber chair. Look at Slick Johnson.
He's loving it. Oh,
I think
he's laughing so hard his stomach hurts.
You're all fired!
Listen, Zbyszko keeps screaming.
He's firing everybody.
He's firing everybody.
He's fired 5 cameramen, you and me.
Yeah, even Slick's gonna get
Raven.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
You're all fired!
he's gonna trim some more. Are we going to the back now to JB? We just stick with this. What are we doing, guys?
You're all fired! Hey!
All right, to the back and JB with Kevin Nash.